Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and before we start, I'd just like to say that 90% of you are not subscribed. I don't know how much it will help you with this helpful content, like today's video, but it helps me a lot. So if you don't mind, please go down there, hit that subscribe button, but without a further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so one of the most requested videos on my channel, one of the most asked for videos, is how did I get this rich with this stats? With the miles, the money, and a lot of the cars that I have. I get this question a lot. How did I get this rich? Well, many speculate, many come to tell me and they're like, well, I bet you get it from racing. I do not. I get it from grinding. And in today's video, I will show you the most efficient way to grind like me. So without a further ado, let's get into the main portion. Our first section is going to be the car I use. The car I use is the Bugatti Chiron, and I have it maxed. I'll go ahead and show you. Suspension height doesn't really matter. If you use the normal suspension height, that is fine. Engine upgrades, drag engine to increase your top speed. Supercharger or twin turbo will do. It helps acceleration. I choose supercharger because I enjoy the sound a lot more. Brakes, I would say if you get anything above the stock brakes, you should be okay. Race brakes work the best when you're trying not to, hit the wall too fast and fling. And then finally, insane grip. That is definitely recommended. Helps your handling, stay in a straight line. The reason I use this is because it is extremely smooth on the interstate. Smooth to the point where the bumps that you usually, have when you're driving, they are almost non-existent. And we'll just stay on the interstate for most of this video. This is how I grind actually. I just go back and forth for hours. It gets me the most miles. I don't really care about money. Money does come fast though. But anyways, we're getting off topic. The reason that I believe this is the best is A, it's very smooth, and B, has a great top speed, going 324 if you max it with the drag engine. Now, any car that goes faster than this does not work well, and the reason I say that is the chassis cannot handle going over the 340 mark. So if you're going over 340, it's not going to end out too well. The car itself starts to bounce, it starts to fling, it just gets uncontrollable. And that's why I use the Chiron, mainly because of its top speed and its smoothness. Now, there are some points that it will glitch out, fling up a bit. But overall, this is the smoothest car to use, and since we're already on the interstate, I'll go ahead and explain why I grind this way. I grind this way because I don't believe races are the fastest way. I care more about miles, less about money. And now that the races have been nerfed in their, cash, payout, this is honestly probably the best way you're going to be grinding now. It is quite boring. After a while, you sort of get tired. You're just sitting in your chair, just pressing, holding down W and pressing A and D, just to correct yourself. There's not really, anything to look at because you sort of get used to looking at the map, and things like this happen all the time. But the simple fix to that is if you have two monitors, you're in great luck. Because two monitors, you can have one monitor playing Netflix or Hulu or a YouTube video. Or if you only have one monitor, you can split screen, sort of like so. Put it in the corner and then just drag down. And there you go. That's how you split screen. You can have the other side of your, monitor having a YouTube video, like I said, Netflix, Hulu, or you can just have music playing in the background. There's a lot of great grinding music. I have a playlist called Old Songs on my channel. I really do recommend it if you do like the, classic late 1900s music. It is pretty good to grind to. But, after like an hour or two, you just feel like you haven't moved. Your stats, yeah, you've increased maybe like 200 miles, maybe, 800,000 cash, which is a lot actually. You just feel like you're sitting there accomplishing nothing. That is the point. You may feel like it, but you are actually doing the best grinding for miles and cash. Because like I said earlier, the races were nerfed. Cross country is gone. It's forever gone. Circuit race, you have to have like 5 people to get the max 20k payout. And then highway, it's okay. A lot of people use it to grind, but you still have to go back all the way, get off the interstate, have the countdown, do it again, and that just wastes time. And then there's drag race. Drag race, if you have like 4 to 5 people and they're all like, all right, I'll help you grind, it isn't terrible. It's okay. I wouldn't use it because it's just not enough miles, and I like having more miles, not money. But if you're focusing on money, I could see it working, but in my opinion, this is the best way to grind. But as I said earlier, 2 or 3 hours pass, you don't feel like you've moved. It's because if you want to go faster, you have to grind longer. Grinding 20-30 minutes is not good. If you want to grind money, you need to be grinding an hour to 2 hours. You may not have time, and that's what weekends are for. You may not have time on the weekends. For Americans, Christmas break is coming up pretty soon. So, you have an extended amount of time to start grinding. And for around the world, I don't know how it works. But I'm sure if you think about it, you can allot some time, and you can figure out a really efficient way for you to grind. It may not be efficient for everybody else, but efficient for you. And then some downsides of this. After 3 or 4 days of continually grinding like this, you get burnt out. Burnt out is that feeling of just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. This task or grinding is unfulfilling. I feel bored. I don't want to do it anymore. That is natural. Every person that grinds a game feels it. After 3 or 4 days, they're like, I'd rather do something else. And that's what breaks are for. You can take breaks from grinding. No one's pushing you to get to, 50k miles. Maybe you just want to get to like, 25k, and that's fine. No one's going to diss you for that. That's a lot of miles currently. Later on, it might not be that much because it's really easy to get miles. But it's what fits for you. How I grind, if I don't have big stats like the 47 million that I have and the 100k miles, I'm not happy. And so I grind continuously because it's what I want. You may not like that. You may just want to have like 10 million to spare and then, just have like 20k miles. That's fine. No one's going to judge you. It's what you think is right. But anyways, that's how I grind. That is how I have gotten these stats. This is the car I use, and this is the way that I got to how I am today. I thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me a ton. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.